At edge, England's most recent white ball revival, under new skipper, Harry Brook got off to a spectacular start as they crushed the West Indies by 238 runs. England amassed 404 in this Metrobank ODI series opener despite no one hitting three figures 10 years after they first scored 400 or more in ODIs in Birmingham to spark Morgan's comeback of the limited overs teams. Brook scored 58 off 45 balls, making him one of 4 hitters to reach 50. The other 7 all scored at least 37. However, Jacob Bethell stole some of Brook's thunder by scoring 82 off 53 deliveries. With their hundreds against Zimbabwe last week, Ali Pope and Zach Crawley may have placated their detractors, but there will only be more requests for Bethell to rejoin the test team against India this summer. In addition to having 5 sixes and 8 fours, this elegant innings was well paced before the Windies were dismissed for 162 in 26.2 overs, allowing England to end a 7-match losing streak in spectacular fashion. When the Windies faltered to 102 for 8, Saqib Mahamud and Jamie Overton both took 3 wickets, setting the stage for a record victory. However, the tail sagged, and England settled for their second-largest ODI victory, which was only surpassed by the 242 margin by which they defeated Australia in 2018. Brook finished a historic day with a record-tying 5 catches. Brook took over an ODI team in turmoil after a terrible Champions Trophy that resulted in Jos Buttler resigning as captain in March. After losing the toss, England's new-look opening pair dominated the infield. Ben Duquette, who was usually strong on the cut and pull in his 60, and Jamie Smith, who was dropped on 1. Both showed off their range in their 37 before being caught in spectacular catches inside the ring, while Brook took 13 singles from his opening 19 balls before smashing 5 fours and 3 sixes, including a couple of stunning whips over 5. Joe Root struck a normally inconspicuous 57 before nicking off. Buttler was caught in a deep 437 in his maiden innings back in the ranks, and a sliding Kesey Carty took good advantage of his uppish cut. With none of the top 5 continuing after going in, England was left open to a collapse. Bethawasanti, very giving in his debut England bat in 3 months after missing the Champions Trophy due to injury, and last week, Estes victory over Zimbabwe because of his Indian Premier League obligations, before stepping up the ante with a powerful slog sweep 4-6 off the underutilized Gudakash Motitha, only boundary the cunning, slow lift, gave up in 7, clean overs. Heat warmed up to his assignment gradually, together with Will Jacks, who put up a fast 39, including 22 in an over off the costly Matthew Ford. Bethell burst out with 4 sixes off the quicks in the penultimate power play, forming an explosive 98-run stand in 44 bowls. England reached 400, their 6th in Otis, with 4 byes off the penultimate delivery, but Beth, who needed 18 from the final over for his maiden international century, got a feather to Seals broader off-cutter instead. Captain Shai Hope's ability to anchor the innings seemed to be the key to the Windies' hopes of recording their greatest ODI chase. But after he pulled off Mahmood's bouncer, Bryden Carse made a spectacular catch over his head that was reminiscent of Ben Stokes' famous leap and grab in England's 2019 World Cup opener. Brook dove to grab a brilliant chance off 18-year-old Jewel Andrew, caught Carty and Justin Greaves at mid-off, and Hope's departure for 25 gave the busy Mahamud his 3rd wicket. The Windies escaped their most crushing loss when Brook took a couple more before Modi and Seals hit out down the order. However, when Adel Rashid castled Alzari Joseph, England won by a landslide.